your hand off the mouse. Don't even think about looking for another internet station to listen to right now. That teen with the Chaos Emerald is coming up next, only on Stickcam and Sega Sonic Radio.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to Project 24 on Sega Sonic Radio. Yeah!
Let me shout and wake you up. Let me wake you up. Waking up, breaking out. This is what it's like to be free. Rip it up, tear it down. This is what it means to be. Waking up, breaking out. This is what it's like to be free. Rip it up, tear it down. This is what it means to be free.
You awake now? Let's get started. This is Talk It Up Project 24 edition. With special guest appearance by Sonic the Hedgehog voice actor Roger Craig Console Smith. Including an exclusive interview composed of questions made up by you, the Sonic fans. The show also includes a special version of the feed stream to bring you up to date with the only news you ever need to know. And on top of that, straight up Sonic music, the one you know and love. You ready for action? Let's get down to it. And here's your host, that man with the plan, that dude with the Chaos Emerald, CD-ROM 1019. What's up, everybody? Oh, we got 103 out of 104 listeners. I am so happy. Welcome to Talk It Up Project 24 edition. It is our 23 out of 24, only on Sega Sonic Radio. Joining me, my co-host today, J-Man. How's it going?
Hey, what's up, dudes? Glad to be back after a couple weeks hiatus. I mean, I had a heck of a couple of weeks, just got back from vacation as well. But let's just say, so last of the past couple weeks, we'll talk about a little later.
All right, good stuff. All right, well, now for the most important part, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce. You know him as the voice of many things. You know him as the voice of Master Assassin Ezio Auditore de Firenze, but more importantly, you also know him as the voice of our one and favorite Sonic the Hedgehog. It gives me great pleasure to introduce, and please help me welcome, Mr. Roger Craig Console Smith. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, dudes?
Yeah, you had to throw the console bit in there.
I just had to. Everybody knows that.
Throw the console
Roger,
bit.
it is so great to have you here. Thank you so much for donating your time here. I'm sure the chat room is going nuts.
Nice. I'm seeing this stuff. Freaking Roger. Welcome, Roger. Hey.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, you're in here too. All right, hang on. Let me. You were having trouble changing your name here, so let me make sure we get this going here. As I said, I can't type it into Skype because it'll put it in the wrong way. So put in a / NICK.
All right.
And then space, and then type in a name, and then hit enter. It should change it. This gold darn technology.
This really good technology.
Listening to Roger try to type here. Can't seem to get it to work. I did / NICK space. I tried to do consoles.
Oh, really? What's it telling you?
I'm hitting enter and it's not doing it for me.
Really? Huh.
In my browser.
Might be. Well, if you just, are you able to type anything at all, like a hello chat room or anything?
Well, one says, are you checking out the console, Roger?
Oh, well. Well,
I'm a terrible typer.
Oh, the nicknames can't... Okay, that's one thing. Forever Sonic just reminded me. Nicknames can't contain spaces if that's one thing you're trying to do, but...
RC.
Yeah, just like it says, one says here, for the red just type in /Nick and then the username, which ever comes first.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go. You got it. RCS, right?
There you go.
All right. We're looking good.
Yay. RCS.
All right. Awesome. Awesome. Great. Well, we're going to get straight into the swing of things here. So, first off, how you doing today, Roger? I don't think I even got a chance to ask you that yet.
Doing great. Thank you, Bill.
All right. Awesome. Sweet. So, you do a lot of different voices in the community, of course, including Sonic. Correct me if I'm wrong. You're also the American voice for Data of Naruto Shippuden, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
great.
really? I did not know that.
I think someone else mentioned that you're also the voice of somebody in Bleach.
I was. Oh gosh. Bleach. It was Ken Ryu for a while, and then Shinji Hitarako from Bleach as well.
Nice. Nice. Now, you also posted up something recently on Facebook in regards to, Resident Evil Revelations.
Say that again?
You just I noticed earlier you just posted something on your Facebook in regards to Resident Evil Revelation, excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm slow
what
to get...
What part are you in that?
Chris Redfield.
Chris Redfield? Nice. He's the main character, right?
You know what? I honestly don't know what... I can't really even talk about it. If I did know any of the details, I couldn't really talk about it anyway.
Okay. No.
I don't know exactly what they've got in store. I don't know how the storyline's being set up. I don't know any of that stuff. So to say that I'm the main character could be a flat-out lie. Sometimes they've got...
No, I understand.
Sometimes they've got 10 different guys here playing throughout the game, and I don't want to sit there and sound like, yes, of course, I'm the main character, yeah.
All right, so here's how things are going to work from here. We have gotten a bunch of questions via my email address, my Sonic Stadium email address, and we're going to get to them. I think me and J-Man are just going to steal the show and take the first question first. And if anybody listening wants to send in a question, please send one question, one only, to cdrom1019 at sonicstadium.org. We'll see if we can get your question answered here. And as you can already plainly see, Roger is attempting to talk it up with you inside the chat room as well. So you can try and ask him directly. Right, no guarantee he'll get to you. All right, so let's see. I guess I'll start the show here. So Roger, first thing I'd like to know, what you started with voicing Sonic at around Sonic Free Riders, I think, right?
Yeah, I think that was the first. One. Yeah,
because Free Riders came right before Colors.
And, yeah, that was a Connect game, and then Colors right after that.
Right. So, what was your first experience voicing Sonic? What was that like?
It was crazy. I mean, obviously, I've had a lot of fans contact me and ask me how I came into the role and what I did, and of course, fans that had their favorite previous voice actor were asking why I would have done what I did to take the role away, kind of thing. That wasn't at all the circumstance, but
not the case.
No, well, I mean that's one of those things too, where we, any actor that's going out for a role, you usually, unless you're some big shot, on camera celebrity guy, you audition. So I got a call from a company that I worked for in the past a number of times, and they called up and said, "Hey, we've got these auditions coming in for a character. Stop on by when you can." So that was essentially the process, and then we had a few callback sessions, that kind of thing, and they started trying to tweak, what they were hoping to do with the new version of it. And so that first session, for one, it was just really cool because I was sitting there kind of wrapping my brain around. The significance of this, and such a high-profile character, and arguably an icon of the video game industry. And so, I found myself going, "Man, this is going to be new." But what was really funny about the entire thing is I think we finished, the game in one session. Sonic is generally a guy of few words, as opposed to some of the other characters that have done it in other video games that are, 500, 600 dialogue. Sonic's cutscenes tend to be pretty short on dialogue, so it was a relatively fast session. and it was kind of tough to sort of, as it is usually the case with a lot of this stuff, to kind of really absorb what it is that you're doing at the time. But it's just fun. He's such, I mean, talk about a departure from Ezio or a departure from Chris Redfield, but he's, you know, he's an absolute departure from all of those characters. So it's fun to get to do something that is, to a certain degree, sort of cartoony in comparison, and just to be a sarcastic, kind of snarky little guy is it's great. It helps make all the traffic you sit in at these jobs.
That's what we love about Sonic. All right, hey J-Man, you're let's see. I'm sure I have more, but J-Man, you're up for a question, man. Anything you got?
Well, I gotta see. You say you're a fan of Bleach and all the other series. I mean, well, all I gotta say, I just gotta know one thing. What inspired you to pursue a career in voice acting? Like everyone else that got started in. Do you have any advice for people that want to get started in voice acting?
You know, it's always a really good question, and it's one of those things too. There is no right or wrong answer. Well, I guess there's wrong answers. Don't grab an AK-47 and just demand that people are going to give you a voice acting job. It might be
Yeah, there's my one of three.
Get wrong. No, I would say that a lot of people. I got started in sort of a roundabout way of doing stand-up comedy and doing characters and voices in my act at the time, and that kind of had a few people starting to ask me, hey, who represents you for voiceover, or what do you do as a voiceover actor, that kind of thing. And I didn't know anything about it, so I found myself going, I don't know. Nobody represents me, and I'm not even aware of it. And so eventually, after a number of times that I should look into it, kind of thing, I finally just got on the internet and Googled, some training classes, that kind of thing. But it was mostly, like a lot of people, you will probably start to hear, if you think it's something that you're going to pursue, you might hear people say, like, hey, you got a great voice, you should look into this, or hey, you should, you seem like you really enjoy doing character acting, or that kind of thing. You ever thought about doing voiceover, and that kind of thing? And then from there, it's really kind of up to, it's really the individual, how far they want to carry it, I guess, and as to, realistically, what's going to be your niche or your contribution, or what's going to be asset to bring to the business, and trying to find that stuff out. So for me, I got started by basically I'm based in Orange County, and so I was in a relatively safe area in comparison to LA or Hollywood, that kind of thing, to get a start. So I found myself Googling little mom and pop audio post-production places, video post-production, videography companies, local cable TV providers, and just literally the start for me was to put on a tie, which was way too formal for this business, but I wanted to try to make an impression with people. So I map quested a bunch of places and hopped in my car and drove around and knocked on doors and dropped off just to give it a shot. And thankfully, about 3 out of those 11 places that I went to contacted me, like a month or two later, and said, "Hey, we're looking for a guy to read this, script for a dialysis machine for a nursing company or something." And it's like you never know what the first jobs might be, but that's how I got my break. Training videos, online voicemail messages, online greetings, that kind of stuff. So
awesome.
I would say.
Awesome.
Got to treat it like it's any small business. You're starting out, if you've got a product, and the product in this case is you want to find out, how am I going to get my product to the masses? And start small, never be ashamed or afraid of being where you're at. If you're brand new, you've got something that the other guys, the more established guys, don't have, or girls, I should say. You've got something that the competition doesn't have, and that's that you're going to work for a lot cheaper than they are. So think of it as, hey, I'm going to get a great start, and that kind of thing, and go for it. There is no one particular way. I can't tell you to go buy a book. I can't tell you to go take a particular class. But as far as training goes, you definitely want to start with a commercial voice acting class, and that will give you the foundations for understanding what it's like to be behind the mic and all the jargon and terminology. And then from there, it's totally up to you. That's a broad answer.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right.
Nice.
Well, we got a ton of questions to get through here, so let's see how many we can get through. Visitor Jeff Hogg wanted to know a little bit about your experiences, how you got into voice acting and stuff like that, but I'd say you just effectively answered that question as well, so we're going to move on. Let's see. Blasted Pinata wants to know, what preparation did you do for taking the role of Sonic?
What preparation did I do?
Yeah, what preparation did you do for taking the role of Sonic?
As far as prep goes, I mean, this is kind of interesting because as far as prep goes, you really don't get a lot of preparation. Usually, same thing with anime and really Sonic when we were starting out was no different. You show up, and if there's a reference from either a previous actor or the original Japanese actor, in the case of anime, they might play it for you, saying, "Hey, this is kind of what we had in mind," or "This is what the original actor did," but we want to take it into a new direction. And sometimes it's as quick as 30 seconds of you starting out saying a line, where they're like, "Okay, you're 24, you're out to avenge your father's death, and you're the hero type. Here's your first line at loop 247." Turn the script to 247, and the first line is, "Hey, get out of here." So you say, "Hey, get out of here." And you go, "No, younger, a little bit younger." And you go, "Hey, get out of here." And you go, "No, too young, find something different." "Hey, get out of here." You go, "That's good, but make them a little more, heroic." "Hey, get out of here." And they go, "Okay, that's good. Let's record it." And then you hear the 3 beeps, and on the 4th imaginary beep, you record, and then you're off and running. So Sonic was kind of, the same way. We listened to a lot of work that had been done previously by both Jason and Ryan, and then we started taking notes from the client as to where they wanted this voice to go, and attitudinally what they were looking for, and then it's literally just watch out for Dr. Eggman. They go a little more energy. Like, watch out for Dr. Eggman. You start tweaking the different sounds. Sorry, the voice is a little cracky right now. start tweaking the stuff, and then you're off to the races. So as far as prep goes, I didn't sit down and really have the opportunity to study the history of my character or what my motivation was. So it's this business can be very, very, very quick like that. And some leave a session just going, "What on earth did I just do?" I don't remember what I did. And so that was kind of the prep for Sonic as well. Was like, here's what we've got, this is where we've been, this is where we want to go. Let's hear what you got. Give out a quick little line, and they go, no, do that again. Do this, that. So it's real quick.
Cool. All right. Okay, Rax sent in a question, and I should mention that Rax seems to have been on crack all throughout Project 24, so please feel free to give a very clear-cut or short answer with this one. Okay. Rax wants to know, do you ever say weird, disturbing, sexual, or otherwise hilarious things in Sonic's voice just for the hilarity?
Oh, God.
Oh, all the time. No.
Wow.
Like in public or by myself?
I think
that's really disturbing there, yeah.
Yeah. Either one would be really, really frightening. Rax needs to stay off the crack pipe.
That's good right there. Off the crack pipe.
All right. Oh, man, I could just imagine the Google hits on this link as soon as I upload the special. Oh,
yeah.
boy. That's going to be epic. Yeah.
I don't know Rax, and if he does have a legitimate drug problem, I apologize. No, I get that.
Moving on.
You get those questions.
Yeah, moving on.
Moving on. All right. Damn Hedge would like to know, do you know why you got asked to work as the new voice actor of Sonic?
Who knows? I mean, that's one of those things, too, where I know that some of the fans that obviously, if you're a Ryan Drummond fan or a Jason Griffith fan or a Jaleel White fan, some people really don't like when their characters change, and I get that. Why I was chosen is beyond me. My job, again, is to show up and do what it is that they're asking me to do. So when they say, "Hey, do this voice," and I do my best version of what I think they're looking for, and if they say, "Yeah, that's great," then there you go. It's not as if, "Oh, well, it's because I have been doing this longer," or anything like that. And there's so many decisions that enter into this business that I have zero control over, that trying to decipher what it is that got me a job over someone else, sometimes it might be that they called 5 other guys and they were out sick or on vacation, and I was the guy who picked up the phone and was able to work. I mean, this business can literally come down to silly things just like that. So it's not as if I'm sitting back going, yeah, that's right. I'm the voice of Sonic because I just nailed it. I'm so good. That's why I just, extremely lucky, I think would be the best way of answering that, saying I just got really, really lucky.
All right, cool. Fair enough. Okay, Supersonic SJM wants to know, if you had to pick any of the characters you voiced to have a conversation with each other, which ones would it be?
Any of the characters that I've voiced?
Yes, so far.
Let's see. Holy cow.
That's a pretty broad question.
I think Ezio and Sonic probably, because Ezio, he's in more of that fantasy realm. He's very confused right now as to what's going on within the Animus and who all these, alien creatures are that he comes across. So if all of a sudden the talking blue hedgehog appeared before him and started asking questions, he'd probably be willing to go along with it. Whereas I think Chris Redfield might just fire off a couple shots at Sonic and assume he's like,
Oh, we don't want that.
No, see, that's why I think I would go with Ezio and Sonic.
All right, cool. All right, Greenbolt would like to know, what is it like to get in character for Sonic? I think you might have touched up a little on that before, so feel free to give a shorter answer if you want to.
It's a ton of fun. I mean, like I say, he's not a very... you don't have to work too hard to kind of conjure him up, because he's just a snarky, sarcastic, confident, cocky little guy that, speaks what's on his mind. Says what he wants to say, and so it's a ton of fun. I mean, who wouldn't want to be able to do that in their daily life? Especially if you could run as fast as he can and do all the stuff that he can do. I think you would be a little bit more open to just speaking what's on your mind and not worrying about it. So
right, of course.
Not a ton of preparation for the guy. Much it is just finding the voice print from where we were the last time and seeing if they want to make any tweaks and changes to it, and then it's more about like having fun looking at the dialogue and finding out, okay, how can we make this funnier, or how a little more contemporary, or tweak this, tweak that.
All right, sweet. Okay, Foxboy Mick sent in a question, and I'm sure this is just for hilarity's sake, but Foxboy Mick wants to know, what do you like most about Mario?
What do I like most about Mario?
Yeah.
Mario. He doesn't talk too much.
What? What's that?
I guess he doesn't talk too much, right? I mean, I don't honestly... I'm trying to think if has he ever said anything beyond "It's me, Mario"?
No, that's not because of that. Most people do flash animations and collaborations and stuff like that, and they keep him completely silent. Alvin Earthworm is one of the perfect examples. He does Super Mario Bros. Z, and it's this massive crossover between Mario, Sonic, and borrows a ton of themes from Dragon Ball Z. And Sonic and Shadow and all the other characters get a crap ton of lines, while Mario and Sonic kind of do the classic Sonic kind of thing, excuse me, and speak solely through body language. And other than that, pre-recorded lines from like the Superstar Saga series of games, so stuff like that. Okay. Yep. But I guess that sums up your answer, though.
Well, no, I mean, if you want to talk about iconic video game characters, I would have to say between like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, Mario, these are like the juggernauts of the industry. So I'm not knocking Mario. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think what Foxboy Mick might have been pointing to is the fact that now that you're the voice actor of Sonic and have been since Sonic Free Riders to Sonic Colors and now Generations, that also means you're, correct me if I'm wrong, the voice actor of Sonic for the current versions of the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic series.
I have no idea. Again, sometimes until a game is released, for one, it can't talk about it. But as far as
fair enough.
Whether or not I'm in it or not, it's beyond me. Sometimes you actually do work at sessions, and you're not even positive as to what the game is that you're working on. Mm-hmm. And this is a nice problem to have, but sometimes you honestly forget what it is that you worked on. And all of a sudden, a year or two later, you say, "Oh, that's right, I did do that." I thought it was in conjunction with one of the other sessions we were doing for another game or that kind of thing. And then next thing you know, you realize, "Oh yeah, that was right. It was two separate scripts." I realized that. So I honestly have no idea. I don't know what they've got. I even was trying to look online to see if they've got any clips featuring voice work, but I couldn't see anything. It looked there's a bunch of trailers that. And granted, I was looking in the right spots, but it looked like a bunch of trailers that just sort of featured like setup footage, but I didn't see any sort of cutscenes or anything like that. So I have no idea if I'm in that game or not.
Okay, gotcha. All right, M20 would like to know, outside of voice acting, what are your favorite kind of hobbies and pastimes?
Oh gosh. You know, I'm like anybody. I love playing video games, and sadly, I haven't been able to play enough lately. But no, I love playing video games to kind of relax and just kind of veg out. Like going mountain biking, photography, dabbling in that as a hobby. Gosh, and beyond that, I don't really know. I mean, it's kind of just I'd say being outdoors and kind of trying to tidy up my life at this point. Trying to get
okay, fair enough. I won't get into that.
I don't.
Twin B Mark II would like to first of all say that he or she, I'm sorry, I can't remember, is a big fan of your portrayal of one of his or her most favorite video game characters, but wants to know, since you played the role for a bit now, how do you feel about the fan base and how it's been towards you?
I think, you know what, like in the beginning I totally understand. I think when I was up at the London MCM Expo, I commented on that, because even back then I couldn't specifically talk about the game. I think Free Riders had barely even come out of it had at all, but as far as like the fan base, I get it. I mean, they're passionate, and I'm like, that's one of the reasons why I'm just saying, like, you're in the middle of a session going, holy cow, man, how am I here? How did I get myself here? This is insane. I'm voicing something that I remember growing up with. You know, I remember playing that on Genesis and thinking, man, this is a fast game. Like, and here I am some odd years later, I don't want to say, playing, you know, voicing a character. Immensely honored to be what is a very small part of of this character is just a voice. And so I'm immensely honored to be a part of this and talk about, I would say worldwide, probably one of the most passionate fan bases of any video game character I've come across.
Awesome.
And it's understandable. So the guys and gals that don't like me, I totally get it. You know, it's no different than if I all of a sudden heard a different Homer Simpson. I'd be like, what?
Yeah, kudos to you. Awesome. All right, I'm skipping over, for the record, so everybody knows, I'm skipping over the questions that have already been addressed in any way, shape, or form to make sure everyone gets a fair chance. Okay, now this one specifically, I'm not sure if you're going to have a good answer for. I got one from a Taekwon Mars that wants to know, how's it like working with the rest of Sonic Team? Do you know June, Sonoe, Johnny, Izuka, the fellow actors and actresses, the voice actors?
I wish I could tell you that, like, I've gotten a chance to meet all of these people, but the reality is we show up. You're scheduled to maybe from, hey, we need you for an hour and a half kind of thing. And sometimes they might be throwing at the very tail end of the day. So I don't even know that I've actually met Mike Pollack in person yet.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I don't even know where he records. I don't know if
I would say somewhere in New York, probably.
That's then there you go. If he's based in New York, I'm based out here on the West Coast. Very often you have so many different production companies that are involved in some of this stuff, even just from the audio recording. He might be ISDNing his stuff into the Western recording studio, and I don't get a chance to meet him. And even some of the guys that I've worked specifically with, Kate Higgins, I get to see her, but sometimes it's not even at a Sonic session.
Kate Higgins is the voice of Tails, right?
Correct.
And isn't she also the American voice of Sakura? Or am I mixing that up with someone else?
I believe she is. Yeah.
Sakura, yes.
Remember, there was a really funny scene where I played a small part in a Naruto episode where, oh God, who was it? Was it? I would say Dan, but I think it would be pronounced Don. D-A-N.
Okay. Not to spoil anything, but I'm actually just beginning to wonder now. Have you gone through the Sasuke is going to kill you arc yet in terms of voicing?
Say that again.
Have you, as the voice of Datara, gone through the Sasuke is going to kill you arc of things yet?
No.
Spoilers.
But I think Gara might have a couple things to say about that. So.
Oh boy.
Boy.
Definitely. Crushed your arm. How did that feel? Let's see here.
Hey, Want to make an omelet, you got to break a few eggs.
Yeah, of course. All right, cool. Let me see here. What else am I missing? Too many clicks. Okay, is there any character that you would love to voice for?
Oh gosh, I always give a generic answer, and it sounds insincere, but to me, it's the next one. I mean, one of the most enjoyable aspects of this job is that I get to go do something different, in the future. Like they're wrapping up Ezio's story, and I don't know where I'm going to go from here as far as another video game character. Maybe there's one more in my future. Maybe there's another animated series role that I might land. Maybe there's another commercial campaign. So I don't really have a specific answer. For me, it's the excitement over getting the next job. But as far as existing characters go, I like playing bad guys. So every now and then there's a jealousy issue of getting to see guys like Steve Douglas get to do Wesker for Resident Evil, and you just look at characters. Yeah, the bad guys are always sort of cool. So
right.
Or at least you love to hate them, and so that's fun as far as an actor goes. You get to have a lot of fun with those characters. So,
okay, we got a few more questions to break through here, so just want to make sure you got enough time to get through these. Sonic Mark actually would request a favor of you really quick. He wants to know if you could say hello to his girlfriend Martha in the Sonic voice and tell her, quote unquote, that she wins this round.
Oh, is this the game?
I don't know what it is. It's a running joke between them, apparently, so I'm not going to get into it.
Well, boy, this gets this is interesting. This can get dangerous. Like, what,
I don't know. Like I said, he just wants to know, can you say hi to Martha in the Sonic voice and tell her she wins this round?
But are they fighting? I can't condone this.
I do not know.
Oh boy.
but if they're fighting, he admits that she wins. So I don't think you're doing much. So.
All right. So what is it? Martha, this round goes to you.
Martha in the Sonic voice, you win this round.
Cool. This will be Martha. You win this round in the Alton Towers voice.
Martha. That's awesome. Round.
But seriously, could you?
Yeah, I can do that.
Hey, Martha, you win this round.
All right, awesome.
I'm not happy about it.
Gosh.
All right. Cool. Thanks for doing that. I'm sure he'd appreciate it, and this is being recorded later. And let me know if you want a copy of this, by the way, when we're all said and done.
It's all good. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, we got a question from Mr. Adam T-Bird Tuff. He wants to know, he says, let's see here. Voice actors are often idolized by fans of particular series in a similar way that sports personalities are in sport. Do you have any funny, amusing, entertaining stories when meeting quote-unquote crazy fans? And he also wants to know, have you heard of Summer in Sonic, and would you consider visiting the event in the future?
I've heard of it. Traveling to conventions has gotten difficult for me. I've had a number of requests recently, and I did a bunch of traveling back in 2010, and I've actually kind of started to pull back from it. The only downside to traveling a lot is that you end up taking yourself out of the potential for work out here, which gets kind of tricky. So I don't know. I might not be making another convention appearance this year, or this coming year, I should say. Obviously, in the next 2 weeks. So 2012, I don't know. I think I've even been in touch with somebody from Summer of Sonic, and I think I might have even given the same answer, saying, I don't know that I'm going to be able to make it out this year. What was the first part of this question?
The first part, let's see. First part is, do you have any funny, amusing, or entertaining stories when meeting crazy fans?
Oh, no, you know what? It's so funny, because it's a weird thing. I don't know about crazy fans. I mean, I don't know anybody who could be a fan of necessarily the voice actor as much as it is. I get that it's like, you guys like this character, you like this game, you like the world of Sonic, you like all that stuff. And for me, I don't look at it as like, oh my gosh, this person's crazy for liking me or what it is that I do. Again, I'm a very, very small part of the success of a character. Because there's animators and creative teams that have created all this stuff, and I just get to show up and read a script and be goofy. So I've never really had like a negative experience. I totally get it. It's like I'm a big nerd for airplanes and things like that. And it's like if I came across a pilot of a jet that I was a fan of as a kid, I'd probably be like, oh, no way, and hopefully that individual might think it's really cool that somebody is into what they do. I haven't really had any major crazy, I'm actually trying to think if I've had any weird interactions, and I don't think I have. Nothing stands out. I haven't asked, nobody's asked me to mail them a chunk of my hair or anything.
Well, that's good. And kudos to you, then. I'm very happy to know you're not weirded out by any of us in the fan base.
Yeah, no. Kidding me? I get it. I mean, it's like this guy's been around forever. He's an icon. So I guess maybe it comes down to just being a little bit closer or finding one other little connection point to something that you're passionate about. It makes total sense.
All right. So Little Red 615's got a question. This one's kind of got me confused. You might have an answer for this. You might not. He says, "How did you come up with the idea of the Red Hedgehog series?" Do you even know what that means? Because I'm starting to think I know what that means, and I think he's got the completely wrong person.
I don't know the Red Hedgehog series.
Yeah,
I think it means talking about Knuckles, probably.
Oh, you know what?
I actually think he means Red Sonic, the Red Sonic series on YouTube, where it's cut up bits of Sonic Says, where it makes Sonic say completely stupid and otherwise offensive and insulting things. So.
Oh well, I never seen that series yet, so I have no idea.
I'll write this down. I'm gonna have to Google this later. So the Red Hedgehog are taking my work and doing stuff with it.
Oh god.
All right. By the way, Roger, let me know how we're doing on time.
We're fine. We're good.
Awesome, great. Concord Hedgehog would like to know if you had the choice of voicing another. Wait a minute, I think we got that one already. Hang on.
Oopsie.
Yeah, we went over that already. Okay, hang on. Let's see. Hedgehog Boost, Jameson Poff. I'm not sure if this guy's in the chat room. Wants to know: was there more stuff you wish you could say in Generations, like references or memorable quotes, or can you say that tornado's carrying a car?
What is this tornado carrying a car thing? That's how that.
I don't know, but you want to know something? That reminds me of something that we were talking about in the chat room earlier today. And now that I think about it, I need to know your answer. If I was to tell you this line, tell me what your response would be. That looks like a homing shot.
That looks like a homing shot?
Yeah, that's from the final boss battle in Generations. I swear to God, that last battle in that game was semi-fun, but the problem with that level is that every 5 seconds, you have one of Sonic's friends going, that looks like a homing shot. Be careful, Sonic, and it's the same thing.
See, this goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's killing me. I just started playing Assassin's Creed Revelations 2 weeks ago, and I've only had maybe 2 little game sessions with it. I haven't even gotten through Generations yet. I have not even put the disc in the stick. It's sitting literally right here in its cellophane, along with what else have we got here? Oh, Disney Universe. I'm not in that.
Can I ask you for a favor then?
What's that?
When you get a chance to witness that level, can you come back and tell us about it?
Sure thing. I mean, is it just one of those things where it's like your supporting cast is all friends are sitting around? So
yeah. Here's the thing.
That looks like a homing shot. That looks like a homing shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it. Oh, could you really quick? Baking Blue Potatoes wants to hear you laugh just like Sonic.
Oh gosh, I spent all day yesterday at Disneyland with my girlfriend's little sister, and my voice is shot. So I'm wondering. Oh man, I'm trying to think of one of the lines. Baldy McNose hair.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Nice. All right, let me queue up a track really quick. Where's the? Oh, here it is. Let me put up the menu music. Awesome. Okay. We got one more in terms of email, and then I think I got a few that are coming in through direct message when everybody knows they're supposed to be emailing them to me, but that's more on that later. Shadow TG wants to know, which Sonic performance did you base your version of Sonic on? Or did you try to mimic a certain style or create your own?
Well, a lot of that comes from, obviously, they play us references from what the previous actors have done, and to try to get sort of zoned in on like an attitude kind of thing. And then from there, arguably, I'm going to bring my own approach to things simply because I'm a different human being than the previous actors. But there wasn't necessarily any sort of like influence on my part about where I think this should go, other than like stuff that happens within the sessions, where every now and then something will occur, or there'll be a particular line, and I'll work with the director and say, hey, I think we would want to say this a little different. He'd maybe kind of throw this. A good example in Sonic Colors, one of the lines when we were trying to figure out what the little alien creatures. Why is it blanking on me right now?
Lisps? No, wisps with a W.
With the wisps. When it came time for Sonic to try to speak to the wisps when Tails was working on the little translator, I was laughing with the director because I said, hey, how like Americans, when they meet somebody who doesn't speak English, seem to think that if they just talk louder and slower...
Talk louder and slower, I know exactly what you mean.
So we originally recorded the lines of just, like, who are you and what are, where are your people, or what is going on? And I said, wouldn't it be funny if we just had him, do the very typical, like, okay, who are you and what is going on with your people? Like, very deliberate sort of ignorant approach to things. We get to play around with stuff like that, but there wasn't any sort of like, influence on my part of saying like, well, here's what I think we're going to change, the character of Sonic into now because I'm so big and important, I'm going to go ahead and tell you how I'm going to act him now. It was nothing like that. So there wasn't really any major influence on my part other than my vocal cords sound different than some of the previous actors, but we definitely used where Sonic has been as a starting point.
All right, cool. Yeah, that bit right there kind of reminded me of one of the other lesser known, I guess, in a way, but still pretty famous lines from the game where he says, "No copyright law in the world can stop me."
Yeah, I love that. That's break the fourth wall, as they say, with that kind of stuff. I think that's great. I mean, I think the fans appreciate that kind of stuff too, because it's acknowledging the fact that, hey, this is, at the end of the day, this is a game. It should be fun. There should be entertainment value in this stuff, and we can't get so lost in a storyline, especially
right.
And
I gotta say, one of the things I'm loving as of late is how Sonic is very slowly turning into Deadpool. I love it. He's breaking the fourth wall every chance he gets. All right, let's see here. Okay, FTA. What? All right, FTA's joking on this one. We're kind of he's kind of testing your trivia, your Sonic trivia in this one. FTA wants to know: do you know where the computer room is?
See, I'm already lost. I've lost the game.
All right, that one. I'm not sure if you may or may not know. That is a Shadow the Hedgehog reference.
Okay, but who wanted to know this?
FTA did.
Okay, FTA, you win this round.
Yes! All right, awesome. The fans are going nuts. All right, let's see. All right, what's this one? Okay. I think someone else sent in a question to get me. Okay, yeah, Kyle Boyle sent in a question earlier, and he's saying, "Hey, I didn't hear it asked." And let me reiterate, Kyle, your question was legit. It was awesome. We've already been over that point. He actually answered that before I actually got your question. So again. It was in regards to pointers or how you got into voice acting. It was on your career path as a voice actor, and if
people want to get some pointers, if they're looking for resources, I think it's called voicebank.net is a great resource to listen to other people's working actors' voice reels. You can find all sorts of information on there. You can listen to demo reels online if you want to hear what people are doing. Oh gosh!
Actually, Roger, he's put in a thing, and apparently he does a Eggman voice, and he's put it on YouTube. I'm going to do him a favor here because we don't have all the time in the world, but I'm going to forward this email to you. You mind if I do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, let me see if I can find that. Here it is.
But when I respond to fans asking those types of questions, because they're legitimate questions, if people are interested in this as a job. I took an animation class from Bob Bergen, who is an extremely accomplished voice actor who's one of the voices of Porky the Pig. I mean, you name it. The guy's done a ton of stuff, and he teaches classes. Very, it's like 3 years
All right.
long.
Sweet,
But if you go
good
to
stuff.
Earth.com, he's got an FAQ section on how to get started in voiceover, and it's right on the money.
Who is that? What.com?
It's Bob Bergen, BOBBERGEN.com.
All right,
And
sweet.
He's got an FAQ section on his site that it really kind of helps kind of paint a good picture for what you're getting yourself into.
Okay, cool, good stuff. I'm glad. I think the chat room would appreciate that knowledge too. Kit has a request and a question request. Quote: Can Roger say a Jaleel White line? I'm not sure if you knew Jaleel White was the cartoon voice actor for Sonic. He'd like to know if you could say the line "Way past cool" and say hi to Kit in the Sonic voice. So if you could do them all in one go.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Hey, Kit, way past cool.
All right, sweet. I think she's gonna like melt after that one. Yep, she's loving it. She's loving it. All right, awesome. Okay, and we got one more here. Let's see. Spinnick would like to know what's your favorite Sonic line, I guess, in regards to the Sonic lines you've done so far was.
Baldy McNose hair.
Baldy McNose hair.
That one takes the cake for sure, because it was just like, I came across that in the script, and I was like, really? Okay. Going Baldy McNose hair. I like it.
All right, sweet. Let's see. All right, we're getting a few from the chat room in the form of PM now. Let's see. Okay, Baking Blue Potatoes asked if you've actually played a Sonic game. I'm sure that you've gotten through that already. You've played Colors, and you're getting to Generations, so we've been over that. Let's see. Okay, the Joiner would like to know, what is your favorite gaming series that you haven't voiced for?
Oh gosh, easily like Half-Life. I'm so impressed with the Half-Life series and the voice acting that they've got going on in that game. And I haven't played it in a long time, but Half-Life. A huge fan of Portal.
Awesome.
Number of opportunities for voice acting in there. I've only played the multiplayer version of the co-op of Portal 2, and I still haven't even gotten through the solo player on yet. But no, I've always been very impressed with what Valve puts out as a game company, and the voice acting in Half-Life really had me involved in that storyline, which is I think kind of tough to do in video games. And obviously that comes down to writing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would say the Half-Life series. I'd love to be a part of that.
Do you have Steam?
You know what? I started getting into that a while back, and I don't. I have an account, and I don't think I've accessed it in over a year.
Well, if you can think of the name, and this is totally up to you, but if you can remember the name for your account. Apparently a lot of people in the chat room would love to be your Steam friend and play some games with you, if you catch my drift.
I did, and it's funny. I've had a number of friends ask for like a gamer tag, and what's my PSN network or PSN, I guess that is PSN network. They've asked for my user IDs on that stuff, and that's that one thing where I haven't really ever gone out, and other than like Facebook and Twitter and that kind of thing, I haven't really gone out and tried to add anybody other than like close personal friends that I've known for a number of years for that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, I might come up with a new account someday to do that kind of stuff if I can get involved. But I don't know. For right now, I keep most of my gaming and all that kind of stuff.
Fair enough. All right, let's see here. Okay, Forever Sonic actually already asked a question, so with all due respect, I'm going to move over you, buddy. Sorry, I got a lot of people that want to ask questions before the show's over. Okay, another girl in the chat room. We got Sunrose that would like to request that you say hi in the Sonic voice to her if you could.
Hi.
No, not that one.
Check out watch out for Dr. Eggman.
Who wants me to say hi?
Sunrose.
Hi, Sunrose.
Awesome. Let's see. Okay, let's see. True Blue 471. I don't think I got to him yet. Let's see. Wow. Roger, I apologize. We got a lot of people that are asking you to do your Sonic voice saying a bunch of different things. You don't mind, do you?
No, but I just don't want it to get too old for
no, not at all. I don't see we're coming down to the wire anyway. So, True Blue 471 would like to know if you could say in the Sonic voice, "Welcome to True Blue's review channel."
Oh, he wants a plug.
Yep.
Plug. I love that. Hey, plug it in.
Okay, so True Blues review channel.
Yep.
Welcome to True Blues Review Channel.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. And I think I got. Holy crow! Yikes! Breaking news, everybody! I just wanted to take a minute and say this, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but T-Bird says my show now holds the SSR record for largest number of listeners. Thank you, guys. Really, I appreciate it. I never thought I'd see this day, and I only joined the station 2 years ago. Really appreciate it, guys. And Roger, I got to give you credit, man. It's mostly because of you, so thanks for being here.
No, dude, are you kidding me? It's a good show, dude. It has nothing to do with me. Stop that.
All right, just a few more, and then we're gonna get this out here. We got one more request for you to say hi to somebody. Voluptuous Spy, and I'll let you take a guess at which character she's referencing, or that name is a reference of. Voluptuous Spy would like to know if you could say hi to her too.
Well, hello, Voluptuous Spy.
Exactly, that's the best way to do it. Nice. All right, and we got one more from Elizabeth Bathog that wants to know, do you like Zelda?
You know what? I remember playing it on the early Nintendo days, and I have not played Zelda in, man, probably 20 years. I have no idea when the last times I played that game. Man, I'm talking the original, Nintendo NES. Gosh, that probably was the last time I played that game. And I haven't played any of the recent, incarnations of that game.
All right, cool. Everybody, please hold your questions. We are out of time for certain. We do not have time for any more questions here. But Roger, can you stomach 2 more Sonic requests?
Yeah. What do you got?
Let's see here. Silver Sonic, where'd he go? Oh my gosh, I have so many windows open here. Everybody's spamming me questions. Hang on. Let me close some of these so I can actually see who's trying to talk to me. Okay, actually, that's right. Silver Sonic sent an email. Silver Sonic would like to know if you could say in the Sonic voice, "Hi, Silver Sonic," or however way Sonic would say that.
Silver Sonic, what's going on?
All right, sweet. And I think we got...
Hello to the chat room?
Yes, awesome. Let's see here. And Baking Blue Potato, who has one last request, if he could say, "Hey, Samantha, are you feeling good?"
That's questionable.
Hey, Samantha, you feeling okay?
All right. We got time for this last one. After this, guys, hold your private messages. I am sorry, I have no more time. Legit, no more time. And Jay-Zeech just sent me one. All right, I got Little Red 615 and Jay-Zeech. That's it. No more after this, guys. I can't take any more. I gotta get off. I gotta have time for Turbo. Little Red would like you to has a plug request if you could. He'd like to know if you could say in the Sonic voice, "Welcome to Little Red 615 Media."
All these plugs coming in. Well, oh boy, that one involves simple math on my part. What is it? Welcome to
Little Red 615 Media.
Little Red
615 Media.
Welcome to Little Red 615 Media.
Awesome. All right, and the last one of the night. This one might test you a little bit. Jay-Zeech wants to hear you say "Requiescat in Pace" in Sonic's voice.
Okay.
Requiescat in pace.
Awesome! That is awesome. Oh wow! All right, great. I'm gonna queue up a.
Even tried to throw in a little bit of the accent.
Yeah, that sounded great. That sounded awesome. All right, I'm gonna queue up a final track here. Hey, why don't we ask this, Roger? We gotta get out here, so we're gonna play a final track. If you know any of the music from the Sonic franchise, what Sonic song would you like to hear as an outro today?
Gosh, why you put me on the spot like that?
Well, you're the star of the show, bro. Come on.
I wouldn't even begin to know. Like, I'm trying to think like anything for what, Green Hill Zone?
Yep, I got that. Which version?
Do you?
Yep.
Go for it.
You want the original, like 1991, or the one from Generations?
I want like the 8-bit original.
The 8-bit original. All right. Let's see here.
Take it old school.
Yeah, there we go. That sounds like a great idea. All right. Now here. Okay. Last other question. Do you mean the 16-bit or the 8-bit? Because the 8-bit implies to the Game Gear.
Well, let's go 16-bit.
16. Okay, 16 it is. Green Hill Zone. All right, and there's the song. Awesome. Roger, thank you so much for being a part of this. The fans loved it. We capped 173 listeners, and
Nice.
I could not be happier. So I just want to thank you so much for being part of this. If you got the time, I'd encourage you to stick around for Turbo Show, Turbo Drive Live, but I respect if you can't. So, thank you so much for managing to stick out the full hour. I can't tell you how much that means to me.
No, it worked out really well. In fact, I'm looking down at my mom is calling me right now, so it's a perfect timing.
All right, great. So this is the time where we say goodbye. Is there anything else you want to say to the rest of the chat room, particularly in a Sonic voice?
Oh, guys, thanks for being so cool.
All right, cool.
I really do appreciate it. All the fans have been awesome to me, and I hope that we keep Sonic going, and that everybody's still proud of the Blue Blur and happy with what I'm doing for them.
Well, you have been awesome to them, and I literally can't say thank you in enough different ways, enough different languages, and enough different times for being here. But I really appreciate it, and maybe we can have you back sometime.
Right on. Thank you very much, guys.
Oh, I'd love it. Thank you. Hey, J-Man. J-Man, anything else you want to say to the chat room before we go?
J-Man, wake up. Where you been?
Oh, I've just been listening the entire time. To chat room, I'm glad to have been here for my first Project 24. And Roger, thank you for joining us. And I love your work, and I hope to hear more of it pretty soon. And just a big fan. But I got one question before you go. I mean, I know it's going to sound stupid from the Bleach series, but what's it like working with a Power Ranger on the Bleach series? I mean, when Johnny Yosh boss, I just died to know that one. What's it like?
It's crazy. Like every time, I mean that's royalty. Every time I cross, I just, man, you're a Power Ranger. That's so crazy. I can remember watching that stuff after school. It's like, dude, you're a Power Ranger. It's bizarre. We are in really good company, man. I've met so many amazingly nice and truly talented people getting to do what I get to do. I'm just, it's just a dream come true. I'm sure you guys can imagine. That's why I say I feel like the biggest, luckiest nerd out there. I meet these people.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, guys. I really wish I didn't have to break this up, but I do got to let this call go. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I hope to do this again sometime really soon.
See you guys.
Later. All right, see you later. All right, my thanks goes out to everybody that listened in. Stick around. Turbo Drive Live is right around the corner, and I got to get the hell off. I'm overshotting it, and I'm sorry, Turbo. I'm getting off really soon. So don't go anywhere. Turbo Drive Live with Turbo the Hedgehog up right next. But until then, this has been your man, that dude, the Chaos Emerald, CD-ROM 1019, saying to you, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, goodbye, wherever the hell you are on the earth. Make it a freaking good one, and I will see you next time. Take care, guys.